let's go ahead and test out by creating some wind with this airboat to see when does it actually damage and can they actually handle up to 100-mile-per-hour wind. So let's jump into it. So we'll go ahead and get the V8 started up, warm things up, and the way I'll monitor with this wireless display, it goes back to that weather station. It's a little delayed, but it gives me a solid indication for our 30-second interval at each of the 4 different wind speeds. First up will be 40 miles per hour, and that's right above the threshold where they say you should start to remove your panels to avoid damage. So we'll maintain this for 30 seconds, and the video itself is at 2x speed, so that will be why they seem like they're a little bit shorter, and the engine frequency might seem a little bit fast. Next up, after seeing no issues at 40 mph, we'll go up to 60 mile per hour and see what we can shake loose on this single axis tracker. Remember, the dual axis tracker is up next, and it has a protection where it will go flat. This one's just set to the angle, which is not the worst case angle. If it makes it through all these testing, we might jump back and put a much more aggressive angle, which that should put a lot more force on this unit. Just checking everything out after 60 miles per hour looks good to go, so we're going to progress on to our third of 4 different wind speeds. This is going to be 80 mile per hour, and you can see it is shaking all over. That 10-watt panel that powers the small battery connected to the control unit, kind of flapping all over the place, but everything still seems to be attached, and other than the weather station here rotating a little bit during the trial, everything looks good to go. So I'll go ahead and rotate that weather station facing the other direction. That'll throw off our wind direction, but not our wind speed. Should still be accurate here for our last trial, which we are going to let this thing eat and put it all the way to the floor to see what we can get for the maximum wind speed. I'm hoping for over 100 miles per hour, and you will see here for the display, kind of bouncing all over the place, but it goes up to 105 miles per hour for this 30-second duration. The tracker's going all over the place, but everything does seem to still be attached. Now, honestly, I am pretty darn impressed that the single axis tracker made it through, especially the 80 miles per hour and 100 miles per hour tests. I mean, we have a little play, but honestly, these trackers always had a little bit of play. Nothing ripped off, nothing's been damaged. And even though this angle is only a slight afternoon angle, it still made it through. But let's do one last test, a much harsher test where we're gonna have the extreme angle, and let's say a wind gust comes up on our single axis. This does not have the safety measures where it'd go flat. So we're gonna go 105 to 110 mile per hour right against a wall of panels and see if it can hold through. I would have to think this is gonna be a failure, but we're gonna soon find out. Well, I never would have predicted that. So with the tilt angle all the way over, 100+ mile per hour going right against the back, we're still good. We're back to track in the sun. Everything looks good. There's no failures. Very impressed. And I was a bit skeptical when I saw the 38.5 mile per hour take off your solar panels. I thought, oh man, these things are going to completely fail. I'd say the single axis and dual axis both passed with flying colors. Now, does that mean it's a good purchase for you and your DIY setup? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So thanks for joining me on this video, and we'll catch you on that next one. Take care.